It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're with your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is Espresso here on SABC3. Now, we all know that play is vital to a child's development. And now more than ever, orphaned and vulnerable children across South Africa need our help. You know, being confined with limited stimulation, including the assistance of volunteers and teachers, puts additional strain on their caregivers and their ability to play. Now, human potential expert Nikki Bush and brand manager at Alanta Moodley, they join us on a video call to talk about Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a half project that is giving the precious gift of childhood to our nation's orphaned and vulnerable children by providing really engaging educational toys, books and games. Such fantastic work being done, but we'll hear all about it. Good morning, ladies. Nikki and Alanta, thanks for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure. Lovely to be here.
Nikki, can you explain the importance, first of all, of play and the impact that it has on children, particularly the orphaned and vulnerable, and why playtime is even more important now during this period?
Well, to be so, it is essential that we understand that play is the language of childhood. It is the least stressful way in which children can learn absolutely anything. And it's also a way for children to work out their stress and their anxiety. Young children don't have the words to explain what that means and how it feels for them. So they can play their sillies out. And of course, learning through play is essential. It's a way of ensuring that children develop this curiosity for learning, this love for learning in an unstressful way.
And then you've got the Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a half project entering to intervene in this regard. Alanta, can you tell us more about the Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a half project and the awareness Cadbury Dairy Milk aims to raise with this powerful initiative?
So as you know, in 2019, Cadbury Dairy Milk launched the Little Generosity Shop, which was all really around turning pre-loved toys into real-life treasures and giving orphans the precious gift of childhood. And this was really all based around the insight that there are millions of orphaned children across our country, many of whom do not get to experience the joy of having their own toy. So going into 2020, we really do believe that now more than ever, orphaned and vulnerable children really do need a space to feel hope and to feel comfort. It all starts with our limited edition bars, which are available in our 5 favorite Cadbury Dairy Milk variants, an 80 gram and 150 gram. And what's really great about these packs is that on each variant, you'll see toy, book and game icons, which is really all about highlighting the initiative and what we are supporting. So with every bar that's purchased, our consumers will be contributing towards donating 1 million rand worth of toys, books and games to orphans across South Africa.
Last year, we really got to see that there really is indeed a glass and a half in everyone. And I'm so glad to see this coming back and tapping into that again. Nikki, with social distancing at the moment, what are some tips that you've got for parents and caregivers to bear in mind in confined spaces, obviously, when it comes to stimulating their children and the effect that this can have on a child?
Social distancing for children to be so is difficult because children, like all human beings, but particularly children, they are multi-sensory human beings. Now that children are largely confined at home, we need to make sure that we create stimulating, rich environments for our children. And that means the use of toys, books, and games to help them to interact with the world, to help them to learn, to stimulate their imagination, their creativity, their problem solving, their leadership skills, their critical thinking. And of course, when there's an adult involved in the play process, that also helps children stay committed and focused and concentrating for longer periods of time. When I went shopping the other day at the supermarket, I saw these just beautiful, beautiful packs, these new sleeves for all the dairy milk chocolate that is involved in this campaign. And I think that every child would love to receive one of those bars of chocolate. So if you have the means to buy a bar of chocolate in order to contribute to this glass and a half campaign, I think that you could even bribe your children to keep their rooms tidy for a week, and they can have one of these bars of chocolate, which means they, in turn, by earning the bar of chocolate, are giving something to somebody who's less privileged than themselves.
And it's one way, Nikki, you're right, one way of teaching our children just the value of generosity and the impact that it can have on those who are less fortunate. Nikki, what sort of toys, books or games do children need to thrive during play, and why is giving them access to these items so important?
Tabiso, that is a very big question because there are so many different categories of games and toys. And I've been on this show for so many years. We've discussed things like toys that children can ride on, balls they can hit or kick or throw. We've discussed sensory play, so things like Play-Doh, anything that is squishy and that they can experience the sense of touch and how hard to push and pull and rolling and what about construction toys? So any kind of building block, anything you can push together and build something using imagination, using creativity, fine motor coordination. You see these fingers, when I hold a pen, okay, anything that makes a child hold something with the pincer grip. So if it's a threading activity or a construction toy, that is strengthening the hands for writing. And that's a big thing with games and toys, is strengthening the visual system, strengthening the hands, strengthening the posture. So we have to be careful that children don't spend all their time during lockdown in front of a screen.
Alanta, how can we all get involved in the Glass and a Half project to give children this precious gift of childhood?
Well, it's really, really simple. So all you would need to do is go into your local store and purchase any participating Cadbury Dairy Milk limited edition bar, and you will be contributing towards donating 1 million rand worth of toys, books and games to all our beneficiaries that we are supporting. These packs will be available in store over June and July. And if you require any more information on the Glass and a Half project or how you can be involved, please visit our Cadbury website.
And it's really about tapping into the generosity of all South Africans to show that there is indeed a glass and a half in every single one of us. I love it. I love this initiative. Nikki Bush, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Alanta Moodley, fantastic work you are doing at Cadbury. Thank you once again for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Tabiso.
And now, for a limited time, when you purchase a Cadbury Dairy Milk variant wrapped in special edition sleeves, you will contribute towards a 1 million rand donation of educational toys, books and games for orphaned and vulnerable children across South Africa. Find out more about how to be part of this amazing initiative and being part of making a difference with Cadbury Dairy Milk Glass and a Half project by visiting www.cadbury.co.za and follow them on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram with the hashtag Glass and a Half.
Every bar purchased contributes towards toys for orphans. There's a glass and a half in everyone.